What's dangerous is when the universe pick you and you put on the magic glasses. There's rules that go with them. You can never take them off. You never see things as they're supposed to be. You see things as they are. And you can never force nobody else to wear them.
I think while I lie awake and contemplate tonight are wearing me out. Well, maybe tomorrow the world will wake and get it right, but I have my doubts, yeah. During the day, well, I design machines of war that scream through the sky. 'Cause I, for one, I like to go to bed free at night under these stars and stripes. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. Yes, I have my doubts, but they'll wind you up and pull the cord until you're spun right out. And I don't understand. Roll the dice and raise the price to feed the machine's mouth. Call it the progress of man. And I have my doubts that we're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back out. I have my doubts, so I'll drink my stuff and raise some hell and shoot my guns to the end of my time. You can have the booze and go to hell and take the guns, but I know they won't be mine. We're coming out. Yes, I have my doubts, and I have my doubts that we'll make it back up. Yes, I have my doubts. So we're all messed up and out of touch. Let's text someone who's in the other room. So don't wonder why we don't say hi or know anyone. I might as well move to the moon. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. So maybe I'm wrong. Well, I hope that I'm wrong. Well, the things I think while I lie awake and contemplate at night are wearing me out.
Good evening. What a wonderful way to start out, don't you think? Apparently a video from, what was the date on that? 7/13 of 2021. 7/13 of 2021. Video, a live show I titled, "Won't You Please Be My Neighbor at Camp FEMA? Re-education is key." And apparently, according to YouTube, I said something naughty. I don't know. I didn't listen to the whole show to hear what it was. It doesn't really matter anyway. Truth of the matter is, they're trying to take out channels, and that's very apparent, especially with their new rule about the 30-round magazines and all that. That's absolute craziness. It is what it is. I mean, nothing we can do. So, anyway, I mean, this is it. Keep at it. That's the only thing I know of that we can do, is just keep at it. And, obviously this is the backup channel. I actually, earlier today, I actually reserved yet another channel name, completely different, and I named it No Agenda News. And anyway, if something were to happen and the Watchman news gets completely nicked, I might go to that. I probably won't use, well, I don't know. I don't know. I won't use this channel as it is with the little number 2 caret thingy. No. I may just completely start anew the Watchman news. I don't know. It's a bunch of nonsense, and like I say, it's one of those things that I think there's going to be a day of reckoning with this stuff. I really do. Can't wait. Bring it on. So anywho, I've got 4 tabs open, not a whole lot, and I figured I'd just do those, do the headlines, make it an easy night. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Probably tomorrow, I'll probably shoot a little bit of video of me flying around in the sim, using just the one center monitor, so that I'm not using a camera to capture the screen. I'm actually capturing the screen. And so that way you guys can get a look at what I'm looking at. It's just insane. I think I'm going to hop in a plane and go fly around the Swiss Alps or something like that. It's just stupid, insane. Unbelievable. The video that I made showing it doesn't do any justice at all. You can't see anything in that video like I can see on the screen. Because again, I was using a camera, because the whole idea of that video was to kind of show you guys how I've got the screen set up, and so, kind of set up to wrap around a little bit. Not perfect, but, it's better than just one in the middle. So anyway, I'll probably do that tomorrow, record a little video of just flying around somewhere, Swiss Alps or something. There's some really gorgeous towns. There's this, France, there's this airport called Courchevel. And it's just a gorgeous area. And so I'll hop in something. I haven't figured out yet what, because, well, I like the bush planes and all, but I love my jets. I really love my jets, and I don't know. We'll see. Oh, man. Okay. Get this switched over. China vows retaliation over U.S. spy balloon row. So again, they're still titting and tatting back and forth. And the Chinese Foreign Ministry warned of countermeasures to punish U.S. entities on Wednesday after Washington overreacted to an alleged Chinese spy balloon in American airspace by shooting down the unmanned airship and imposing sanctions. The U.S. has abused force, overreacted, escalated the situation, and used this as a pretext to illegally sanction Chinese companies and institutions, Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin told reporters at a briefing in Beijing. China is firmly opposed to this and will take countermeasures against relevant U.S. entities that undermine China's sovereignty and security in accordance with the law. Wang offered no specifics on what retaliatory measures are planned. He made his comments after Washington added 6 Chinese entities with alleged links to China's supposed spy balloon program to an export blacklist. Chinese officials have claimed that the balloon that crossed North America earlier this month was an unmanned civilian airship that was blown off course and inadvertently entered U.S. airspace. So, I tell you what, the person I feel sorry for in all of this, just being real honest, because I do think it was likely just a weather research balloon. And I would not like to be the person that was in control of that balloon. So even if it was something that was completely beyond their control, well, we know how it would be dealt with here, you know. If it was a private company or whatever, you'd lose your job. Well, even if it was a public service job, you would lose it. It's crazy. Anyway, I don't know if it goes on to say any more. No, it doesn't. Article does go in and talk about what's going on in Ohio, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And the reason why I'm not going to jump both feet first in the Ohio situation is because I've listened to a lot of content about it. I have not sat down and really looked through. I know that phenyl chloride or whatever was one of the chemicals in there. I don't know. I think it was phenyl chloride I looked up, and I looked up something called half-life, because that's one of the most important things we need to know. Half-life. And for I don't know if it's vinyl chloride. I can't remember exactly what it was called. Again, that's why I don't want to jump both feet first into this, because I don't know the exact chemicals that it had to be able to research correctly. And yeah, it would take me just moments to get those chemicals. It's being so covered and overcovered and overcovered. You know, I don't know how bad this looks. Again, I'd have to look up the chemicals. If you want to do that, that gives you a little tip. Put in the name of the chemical and put in half-life. And while you're at it, you want to Google, define half-life. No, not the video game. It has to do with chemicals. Put chemicals, half-life. Toxin, half-life, whatever. And it'll give you the definition. That's an insanely important thing to consider when it comes to any types of poisoning, toxins. What's the half-life? Basically, how long is it going to be a problem? How long is it going to be a problem? So, you know, if we get nuked, it's going to be a problem for a little while. You know, the area around Fukushima, the area around Chernobyl, going to be a problem for a little while. Why? Because it's got such a long half-life. Okay? And I can't remember. The reason I'm not giving you the exact definition of half-life is because I can't damned remember it. I don't know if it's half the time. I can't remember. I can't remember. You'd have to look it up. But I used to deal with it when I did pest control. I had to know all that crap. But that's been like, frick. What? Over 20 years ago? Damn. That's depressing. Okay, back to the news. Let's see. What? Ukrainian commander shown with ISIS patch. Now, why isn't this shocking to me? I read that headline and my response when I read it earlier was, It's not surprising. It's not shocking. In fact, kind of adds up. I mean, it really does. Yeah. So, just ISIS. I mean, ISIS. Once again, crazy. This here says the Associated Press has released a series of photographs as well as a video clip purportedly showing several Kiev fighters on the front line in the Donetsk region. One of the soldiers, identified by the outlet as Ukrainian unit commander by the name of Kurt, can be seen wearing an ISIS Islamic State insignia on his left arm. Pardon me. This isn't the first time Kiev servicemen and paramilitaries have been caught on camera wearing extremist insignia, with many displayed sporting Nazi tattoos or patches. In fact, these have often been personally associated with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. Earlier this week, he published several photos of Kiev soldiers on his Instagram account. One of the images featured a serviceman resting in a trench while wearing a Totenkapel, or a death's head skull patch, a symbol of the 3rd SS Tank Division, infamous for massacring civilians in France and the Eastern Front, including Polish Jews. In May, Zelensky also shared an image of a soldier with a similar skull-headed patch, but later deleted it. In October, he was photographed on a visit to the front line while being surrounded by security guards wearing the same insignia. Kiev has denied the presence of any neo-Nazi elements in the country's military, bluntly dismissing such assertions as Russian propaganda. Right. So, and this is my big ordeal here, whoever, the countries, the corporations, whatever, want us to throw our support behind Ukraine, and I'm like, no, I don't think so. That's nonsense. No. I'm not saying the people of Ukraine are bad people, but the government, no. I won't endorse my own government at this point. And somebody wants me to endorse Ukraine's government? No. Anyway, this is crazy and very sad, to be honest. U.S. military helicopter crashes on highway. Says a U.S. military helicopter identified as a UH-60 Blackhawk crashed on Wednesday afternoon near Huntsville in northern Alabama. The crash was caught on camera around 3 p.m. local time. The video shows the helicopter dropping rapidly and then hitting the ground, followed by an explosion and a plume of black smoke. The Madison County Sheriff's Office said the aircraft went down near Highway 53 and Burwell Road, just northwest of Huntsville, and that it caught fire upon impact. The sheriff said he did not know how many people had been on board, but there were no survivors. Local media reported that 6 people had been killed. I was wondering that earlier, so that was added. Department of Defense has yet to provide any details about the helicopter, citing credible sources. Local TV station WAFF reported that it belonged to the National Guard in nearby Tennessee. It says Madison County is home to the Redstone Arsenal, a U.S. Army facility that also contains an airfield. The base hosts a number of commands as well as NASA's George C. Marshall Space Flight Center. A series of Black Hawk crashes prompted a 2021 congressional inquiry into the helicopter, which first entered service in 1979. The Army argued the UH-60 had the lowest accident rate of any Army helicopter in the first 6 years of its use. Pardon me. That summer, one of the U.S. Army Black Hawks made a dramatic emergency landing in Romania's capital, Bucharest. So I'm not going to play the video. It's a shame. I don't know. I have no idea, and I know very little about helicopters. But I don't know what happened. But they didn't have a chance. I know that. The rate he was descending was so fast. You know, I don't really know with the rate of descent he had, even with a fully functioning chopper. I don't know that he or she could have did anything, because you're limited. It's a helicopter. If you get going down, so fast, just simply you adding collective or changing the pitch of your rotor blades to grab more air, to bite more air, and even increasing your power to keep your RPM up. Those parts are only rated to be able to hold so much pressure. And they would make them indestructible if they could, but they can't. So you overstress those parts, and it's not going to go well. I don't know. The one other thing about the aircraft as it was coming down is it was spinning fast. Again, I'm not a helicopter pilot. I play one in Microsoft Flight Simulator once in a while just for the heck of it. And it's not the same, okay? I'm in cheater mode, if you will, because there's a governor and all I got to do is move my throttle. I don't have a separate collective and all of that. So, again, cheater mode. But I don't know what could have happened. I don't know that much about choppers, but I do know that it's a shame that it did happen. That poor pilot and passengers, from what the video shows, at any point during the time of that video being shot, I'm pretty convinced there's not a damn thing, no matter how good of a pilot, not a damn thing you could have did there. It's horrible. It's horrible. That's why I'm not going to show it. Something else that's horrible. It's going to be an easy night. My last tab. I just kind of scrolling through, going, Pentagon. This was shocking to me. Pentagon admits overdose epidemic. More than 15,000 U.S. military service members have overdosed on illicit drugs in the past 5 years. 15,000 overdosed. We're not talking weed. 332 of those cases have resulted in death, the Pentagon has admitted in response to questions from Congress. The data was given this week to 5 U.S. senators led by Massachusetts Democrats Edward Markey and Elizabeth Warren, Rolling Stone reported on Wednesday. The senators had written to Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin last September, demanding information on overdoses in the ranks after the magazine revealed that as many as 30 U.S. soldiers died from overdoses at Fort Bragg in 2020 and 2021. The base in North Carolina is the headquarters for America's Special Forces, among other things. The loss of a single service member to a fatal overdose is one loss too many, Markey said on Wednesday. With hundreds of fatal overdoses reported on U.S. military bases, the toll is mounting. We can and must stop America's overdose crisis. Fentanyl accounted for more than half of the military overdose deaths, the Pentagon said. In fact, deaths from the synthetic opioid have more than doubled since 2017, following a similar trajectory with America's overall drug crisis. The U.S. had nearly 107,000 civilian overdose deaths in 2021, including more than 71,000 linked to fentanyl, according to government data. The military's overdose deaths have paralleled those in the civilian population in other ways, too. For instance, 96% of those who died were enlisted service members rather than officers, just as the vast majority of civilian cases involve people without college degrees. The overwhelming majority of service members who died from drug overdoses were white males under the age of 33. There were high concentrations of overdoses at bases that host Army infantrymen, Green Berets, and other elite soldiers, Rolling Stone wrote, claiming this is likely no coincidence, as these formations have borne nearly of all of the brunt of this past decade of war in Afghanistan and a half a dozen other countries. That is not good, and just another dark mark for the United States military. I mean, and when I say that, I'm talking about our readiness and everything else. We're in some crazy shape as a nation, especially militarily. And we just keep poking these other countries because, I don't know, I guess they're morons. Anywho, let's see. More coffee. I got huffed, and I think it's because she can't have coffee. Oh well. She gets bites of my tuna fish sandwiches. She gets bites of my Vienna sausages. Spoiled, I tell you. All right. Let's do some headlines and then call it a night. Oh, wait. No. I did forget something before. Hang on. I know I was going to forget something. I did forget something. Now, I put a video out on Facebook, but I got show and tell. So, I got humbled by EcoFlow today. I was sitting here minding my own business, and FedEx pulled up. And, let's see. I don't know how well you can see that, but it's a cup. It's one of those vacuum cups. And it says EcoFlow on the bottom of it. It's a cool little cup. But just wait. There's more. So, I have been talking about these things for, I'm sure, over a year. I'm sure. It's a little lamp, a little camping lamp from EcoFlow. And it's got magnets, and you can stick it to whatever metal, just stick it on it, right? Hang on, let me pull these out. It's got these like little hook things or whatever, little hoop things that you could either hold it like that, hang it with a string, or whatever, right? So, and I'm not going to run through all the lights, but it's got three different, the outside light modes, and then it's got a flashlight, and then it does SOS with the flashlight. It's dimmable, and you can charge it's like a power bank. You can charge your phone or whatever off of it. So, anyway, awesome little light. I've been wanting one of those, like crazy wanting one of those ever since I first seen one, because they sold me on the magnetic base. So, and I like the other features of it as well, but so, and then here's the other thing, right? It's looks like a pillow, and is a pillow. Says EcoFlow on it. And I'm not going to do it on camera right here, but there's a zipper right there, and it unzips on three sides, and this thing is actually a blanket. So you unzip that all up, and you got a blanket, and it's like it's an awesome damn blanket. So anyway, that's like incredible. I love this. Almost makes me want to put a tent up and go outside in the cold. No, I'm not that damn motivated. Anyway, figured I'd show you that. I thought that was really cool, and I appreciate EcoFlow for doing that. Let's see. Okay. Back to the web browser. Do some heady line. Whew, I'm still warm. I'm showing, the computer says it's 46 degrees outside. I got a thermometer up there. It says 79, which normally... Now, understand that that's not accurate. It's like 4 or 5 degrees high. But, anyway, I haven't ran the heater, most all day. I think it's like around 11:30 or whatever. I think I fired it up for like 20-25 minutes, and then that was it. So, heck yeah. We go to bed, I'll turn it on low, and maybe I might I'll turn it on low, because it just barely sips fuel when it's on all the way low. In fact, I filled it up yesterday. When we went to bed, I turned it on low. And I could probably do 2 more nights like I did last night on what's still left in the tank. So, not bad. Let's see. All right. Pentagon admits UFO encounter blunder. Russian oil production increased in 2022, says Bloomberg. A U.S. ally suddenly recalls Chinese balloon sightings. Well, gotta get in on the attention. Russia and Bolivia to trade in national currencies, says an envoy. Biden willing to let Germans freeze, says Seymour Hersh. Well, yeah, Biden's willing to let Americans freeze. He don't give a damn. 2 EU states refuse to send Leopard 2 tanks to Kiev, says media. Latvia invests in Nazi commander biopic. Oh, no way, really? Oh, that sucks. Hang on. Man. I'm gonna fire my mouse. Hang on. I'll get there. Aha. EU to force banks to reveal Russian assets, says Bloomberg. Hungary clarifies split with EU over Ukraine. Swedish PM issues update on NATO prospects. Western sanctions bring Russia and India closer, says a diplomat. India reacts after temple vandalized in Canada. Ireland scraps golden visas to keep out Chinese. Scottish First Minister resigns. Kiev plotting Chernobyl provocation, says Moscow. I would say that it's about time. It's about time that something big kicks off over there. It's been a little bit, so we'll see. Zelensky decorates military unit with Nazi title. UK inflation eases slightly. Lavrov challenges French neocolonialism claims. Russia makes claim over West hybrid war. Berlusconi acquitted in the Bunga Bunga trial. Well, I'm happy for your Bunga. Executed Wagner Group fighter shown alive to press. Well, that's a hell of a resurrection. EU Parliament member rebukes Zelensky. How I rebuke Zelensky. Switzerland rules out seizing Russian assets. Leopard tanks will burn, Wagner head says to RT. U.S. training Ukraine to conserve ammunition. I guess damn so. They pretty much ran through our artillery from what I'm hearing. Turkish stocks soar as market reopens. Investigators claim Israeli group meddling in elections worldwide. Militants claim to show captured pilot in video. Neurologists offer explanation for political polarization in society. We need medication, right? So, Democrats need a pill, Republicans need a pill. More Nord Stream bombshells to come, says Seymour Hersh. So we'll see. This ought to be criminal. I mean, we need to call up Geneva Convention and get something going on this. Viagra supplies halted to Russia, says an official. Now, if there's... That's asymmetric warfare right there, I'm telling you. You want to talk asymmetric warfare. I'm like, all right. Fine. All of a sudden, you'll have all the wives assassinating their husbands. So, their boyfriends can get the Viagra back. Let's see. Elon Musk hints Twitter will go to the dogs. Okay. Less than half of Americans support Ukraine military aid. By the way, Elon's just saying that he might have somebody else take over, like, as CEO. A U.S. official endorses Ukraine Nazis. F-16's useless in Ukraine, says Wagner pilot. He's kind of right, Kiev's treatment of minorities to be investigated, says Budapest. Because, F-16, it's an awesome plane, don't get me wrong, but it's not greater than or equal to S-400, or S-500, or S-550. Armenia offers peace to Turkey, says FM. Biden sibling denies involvement in Saudi deal. China vows retaliation over U.S. spy balloon row. I actually think I read that one. Kiev accuses Russia of using spy balloons. Afghanistan needs black girl magic, says U.S. envoy. That's what they need. That's what they need. Grain from Ukraine. Wow, I like the ring of that. Grain from Ukraine went to pigs in Spain, says a report. Hey, I didn't write the poem, but it's pretty good. Grain from Ukraine went to pigs in Spain. We could make that a song, yo. Come on, somebody kick a beat. Let's do this. Damn, I just wanted to make my mixtape tonight. People are lame. Ukrainian commander shown. Oh, I covered that. Didn't I cover that? Yeah, I covered that. Judge sentences U.S. mass shooter to life in jail. You know, the one, I believe the Brooklyn one, New York. Dude killed 12 people, 13 people, something like that. The really odd thing, one of the people died, had some kind of strange connections. That one. U.S. transport head blames Trump for toxic train disaster. It's gotta be Trump. Gotta be. It's ridiculous. I mean, you know what? The last thing that I want to see politicians do is sit there and point fingers. What the hell are you going to do about the problem? I want to hear about whose fault it is. Period. No matter whose fault it is. I don't care at the moment. Right now, we need to worry about the safety and security of the individuals affected. We can play politics, stupid footsie games later on. It's so ridiculous, and that's why I cannot support a political party, either or any of them. Nope. Let's see. U.S. military helicopter. Oh, I covered that. Pentagon. I covered that. U.S. shoots down Iranian-made drone. U.S. says partners should investigate Nord Stream blasts. And lastly, Twitter legalizes cannabis ads. Yeah? Oh, Twitter, not YouTube. Never mind. Still a no on YouTube. Bastards. That was nice, because I was gonna actually open up. I was gonna open up with something that was very mean, and I decided against it. So, there, YouTube. I'm sure they're concerned. Anyway, I've had enough of my own damn nonsense. I am, I want to get the hell out of here. I'll be back here tomorrow. I'll be back here for 2 weeks of tomorrows. I love going on strike. Anyway, I doubt I'll get unemployment. So, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully, I will see you all. If you find people that don't know, let them know, Anyway, God willing, I'll be back tomorrow. Hope to see you then. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. And shalom.